Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I am Ryan Boland. Thank you all for joining me. So apparently, a drag queen is stating that, and I believe the Washington Post, that being a drag queen and presenting themselves as a drag queen to young children is not sexualizing them. In other words, it's basically innocent. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to read just a small portion of this article, just a small portion of what this individual said, and then I'm going to give you my opinion and my commentary on this. So let's get right into this. Needless to say, I totally disagree, but let's get into this. So the article says the Washington Post page defended drag queen story hours, which inherently sexualize children, arguing, quote, drag queens are not the ones sexualizing drag story hour. There is nothing inherently sexual about defying traditional gender norms, wrote Monica Hess, who also said, a not small number of hours in my early 20s were spent attending drag shows in a basement level gay club in Washington's DuPont Circle neighborhood. Let's get this straight. A not small number of hours in my early 20s were spent attending drag shows in this basement level gay club in Washington's DuPont Circle neighborhood. In your early 20s, you consider yourself to be a child in your early 20s. We're not talking about in your early, you was an adult. Let's go home. Woo! It was silly. It was campy, has said. It made me think in new ways about what it means to behave as a man or behave as a woman, to perform masculinity or perform femininity. So I read the entire article. You guys can read the article on your own free time. You can read the rest of the article on your own free time. There's a whole bunch of pictures and so forth of drag queens dancing among young people. I think one particular picture shows a drag queen in a strip bar, and you have a little child, couldn't have been no more than about 6 or 7, maybe 8 years old, on the stage. So, look, I totally disagree with the statement of that drag queen. Let's put it to you like this. If you're not sexualizing these young people by dressing up as a female among these young people and having them throw money at you, okay, in these strip bar clubs or whatever, then you're certainly confusing them, because at that age, young people do not have the mature capability to be able to process the information that you are presenting to them. If you 6, 7, 8, 9 years old and you're sitting up watching someone who appears to be a man but might not be a man, what do you think that's going to make that little child think about? Can you just, let me just ask this question to the people that's bothering to watch this video. Try to project yourself back into when you was 5 and 6 and 7 years old. You know, try doing that. And try to think about if you had saw something like this, regardless of where it may be. Maybe it may be at home. Maybe someone in your family or extended family or immediate family a male decided to dress up as a female and go around dancing around and everything. What would you think? Even if this male figure did not tell you who they was going to do this or whatever, and you weren't sure who was going to actually initiate it, what would you be thinking at the time? Try to project your thoughts back into that mindset. Even if you weren't thinking about, man, why is he doing this? Why is she doing? Even if you weren't sure whether or not there was a male or female, you could see certain elements on that person that doesn't look female. Inherently, you would think something. Inherently, you would at least feel something's not right about that picture. See, I disagree completely with what this person is saying. You are sexualizing the children. But in addition to that, you are confusing the children, because assuming that you're not sexualizing the children, I'm going to go back to that, assuming that they're not sexualizing the children, because what exactly does that mean? When you say sexualize, what exactly does that mean? We're not going to get into that. Assuming that you are not sexualizing the children, okay, you are confusing the children. Why would you dress up like this and parade around young people, young children, as if you're stripping. Why would you be doing that? See, all this gaslighting is ridiculous. All this gaslighting the left do is ridiculous. And only the far left and jellyback Republicans support this kind of demonic nonsense. Yes, you are sexualizing the children. If not the least, you're confusing the children. Because that's what they need. Predators need the young people to be confused about, it may not even be their sexuality, but sexual conduct, period, is designed to confuse you about what it means to be a male and what it means to be a female. If you have a man dressing up as a woman, okay, that's your choice. You're an adult. But when you're showing this type of stuff to children, you are at the most confusing them. If not sexualizing them, you're confusing them. Particularly at that age. And this is what predators want. They want to confuse the young people, twist their mind about what it means to be a man or a female. That way it's easier to control them. It's easier to brainwash them. It's easier to condition them. It's easier to manipulate them. So I disagree with that. You are sexualizing them, but at the very most, you're confusing them. So what do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. God bless you all and see you again.